If you're driving, please remember to use your car's Bluetooth speaker while listening to the AM Drive. Sports talk is not worth your safety or the safety of others.
Grab your popcorn and sit back.
Jump the gun. Oh, no, give me more than that. Okay, go this way. That was dumb. We are.
How could I tell you when nobody wants to? You'll fade the words I will choke.
Happy Hump Day to everyone in the sports universe. It is June the 8th, 2022. This is the AM Drive on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, and we are live. For Thumbs Up Sammy Action, filling in for Aaron Crouch, I am Michael Carbelos saying, "What's up, Sammy?"
What's up, my man? I have to be honest with you. I'm a little bit afraid for my job right now when it comes to this network, Mike. I heard that Drew Brees, who recently left NBC Sports, and I've heard he's a fan of the show, and he hears that Aaron's not coming back for a little while, and I can't help but wonder if he's looking for my spot.
Well, he was so bad on NBC, he might not be able to get the job anyways.
That's true. Maybe I'm safer for another year.
I didn't really hear him. I didn't really watch any of the games. I don't think that he did.
He did Notre Dame, right? I think Notre Dame football.
Oh, see. I don't really care for all that.
Good morning, my man. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was feeling good. I watched Kenobi episode 4. It's fantastic. So I'm feeling good right now. I feel dramatic. I feel I feel like I can just move things with my hands. It's incredible.
Is that how you warm up for the show? You practice your force stuff?
Yes, I go like, never works. Never works.
I think I felt something move.
Right, press my electricity. Something like that. Hey, Sammy, who's got the best morning show?
These guys, but don't move anything in my room.
Yeah, I want the sign behind you. Okay. Go to amdrive.online to support the show. You get the best morning show at lowest price merchandise guaranteed. I promise you, any other podcast you look at will not have as cheap stuff as we do. We got to get Sammy on the logo there if this is going to continue, man. I'm telling you, you need to be in the foreground or something. Something's got to happen there.
You're going to need a bigger coffee mug. I don't think my head fits.
Oh. We'll give you a whole mug, the Sammy mug.
I'll take an action flask or something.
That'd be pretty cool, the Sammy action mug. I'm gonna have to look at that. Oh well, hey. Last night I knew it was gonna happen too. The Tampa Bay Lightning. Much to Aaron. Aaron's having a great off time, by the way, because his team won again. I know they were trailing 2-0, and I was like, oh boy, here they come. And then Sammy mentioned, well, if they tie it up, and I picked the Rangers yesterday, and the Rangers came out flat. Vasilevsky was on shutdown, and Lightning won 4-1. Is what it is. They controlled the 90% of the game. It got cute late, but then an empty netter just finished it off. Sammy, should the Rangers be concerned? Because I think they should be about 8 out of 10 shot concern level right now.
Of course they should be concerned. I mean, anytime you have a chance to take out the two-time defending champion, you're up 2-0 and you have to win one road game to basically kill the series, and you fail to do it, you give this team life. And this is a championship caliber team playing at a very high level. Of course they should be worried. They were not the favorite coming into this series, and after going up 2-0, they became the overwhelming favorite and have now given it back. But the series is by no means over. They still have 2 home games.
Yeah, 2 home games is cute when the series is 4-0 to the home teams, but I'm like, you had the Lightning on the ropes, and you've just been completely there's been no contest in Tampa Bay. I didn't watch much Game 3, but I watched a lot of Game 4 last night. I was like, these guys don't even care about the road games right now. And that's concerning.
Yeah, you cannot let Tampa Bay hang around. If you have a chance to take them out, you have to take them out. And again, I think they are the better team in general. But they have to win a road game, and it's not easy to win a game in New York. New York fans get pretty raucous. That team's been very, very tough to play in for everyone. So we'll see. We'll see if they can pull one out on the road. I don't know that they will, but I like Tampa Bay's chances to win the series. But New York is by no means out of this series.
I know I've kind of flip-flopped here. I may go with Tampa Bay now, but what are you feeling? Like, you think New York in 7? if it goes the way it's going, I mean, that's kind of easy to say. You think New York in 6, or you think Tampa Bay kind of slides in there somewhere?
I do think the series goes 7. Whichever way teams win, I think they'll split these next two, and it stands to reason the home team should win them both. And I think Tampa Bay wins in Game 7. I know that will upset some of my Ranger fans. I've not been a big Ranger supporter this year. They have not been on my radar nearly as high as they probably should have been. But I think the matchup of Colorado versus Tampa Bay, the two-time champion versus the team that's been as good as anybody in the week and just failed to get there, I think is a great narrative, great storyline for the Stanley Cup Finals. But it'll be a good series either way, I think.
Yeah, you mentioned. I mean, Colorado's just in there waiting. They're smoking their cigars. They're feeling good. They might as well still be celebrating the Western Conference Final. But then again, like you said, those two-time defending champions, man, the Aaron Crouches, man, they're coming.
They crouching, are. I think. I think it's a much more. What's the right word? It's a heavier win if Colorado can beat Tampa Bay. I think it stands and means more to take out the champs. Although, it all goes the same way in the record books. I think if I were the team wanting to win a championship, I'd want to beat the champs to do it. So
Vasilevsky's scary, man.
That he is. Sherskin's pretty scary too, though. They have a really good. This is a good matchup.
Yeah, I agree. I just want to leave it here, like with the hockey talk. I feel like if I'm the Avalanche, I'm terrified of the two-time defending champion because of Vasilevsky alone. Like when he's locked in, man, they don't lose.
Yeah, and it's true. And Colorado has shown they can pretty much score on anybody, but they have not faced great goaltending in these playoffs. And while they are putting up a ridiculous 7 goals per game, it seems like they will not be doing that in the finals against either team, though. I mean, both these goaltenders are probably the best goaltender Colorado will have faced all playoffs.
Seems like Tampa Bay might be a good bet right now if Avalanche are still the favorite for it all.
If you bet Tampa Bay to win the Stanley Cup right now, you get pretty good odds, I'm sure.
Oh, no, so I'll just leave that alone. Baseball talk. Los Angeles Angels have fired Joe Maddon after compiling 168 ho-hum record with that roster, including their last 12 that they lost. But if I'm not mistaken, I think they won last night with their interim manager coming in for the first time. I feel like the Angels have done a fantastic job just wasting away Mike Trout's entire MLB career. I know he's still got 5 good years left. I mean, this is ridiculous, man.
I thought they lost last night. I thought the losing streak is now 13 games.
Did they lose last night again?
I think they did. I could be wrong. But yeah, I mean, Mike Trout's one of the all-time great players, and he has zero chance of winning a World Series on this roster. And it's a shame because they've gone out and got guys, right? They went out and got Rendon. They had Pujols. They've signed multiple pitchers throughout their time, and they just have not seemed to get it right. And yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, we beat them again.
Sorry?
The Red Sox beat them again, and Mike Trout got injured. Wow.
Yeah, I think Mike Trout actually hit a home run too, so he was coming out of that slump pretty nicely after we called him out on the show.
Yeah, that's what happens on the show. Are you sure he homered?
I think he homered, yeah.
Yeah, the first game they were up 2-0, and Ohtani actually scored on that play as well.
Yeah.
Keep going though.
Yeah, Rendon's been hurt again this year. I mean, I don't know that they should be better. I don't know that it's Joe Maddon's fault. He's one of the great managers we've seen in the last 20 years, but yeah, it's hard to put your finger on what this team needs to do to win. They have good players. They just don't put it together.
There was no scan or MRI done after Trout left the game. He's not concerned about the injury. I just saw the headline. Oh, Trout injured. You got me, clickbait. But
That's good. I hope he comes back strong.
You're right. Anthony Rendon, last time I checked, was blasting home runs for the Nationals, and all of a sudden, I guess he doesn't do well because he goes to the Angels. I don't know.
He got hurt his first year, and that injury has been lingering pretty much his whole time in LA, which is a shame because, like I said, they have really good players. They're a very stacked team when they're healthy. They just haven't been able to figure out the pitching staff. If
you're a Shohei, do you get out of there quickly?
No, I don't necessarily think that. I mean, he got a nice contract to come there. I think he's there for a few more years. I don't know that he looks to leave anytime soon.
Fair enough. If you like the sports talk, hit the subscribe box there. Tap it. It's cool. Also, press like on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. When we come back, we're previewing and picking Game 3 of the NBA Finals, plus 4 more NFL true-false questions. Cannot wait for that. It's AM Drive on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. We'll be right back. The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah, you want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
If you want the best NFL jerseys, you've got to go to MikeandAaronDrive.com and do what, Sammy?
You know, you got to click the F, and I did just that right now, Mike. I saw their new training camp hats.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sammy doing it. Hey, go to MikeandAaronDrive.com, click the Fanatics logo, and everything is at your disposal. Every team from every league with daily deals, including free shipping on $24 or more. Once again, that's a great website, man. I'm telling you. Support our show and your favorite team.
I love the new training camp hats. They have the camouflage with the gray and black, but the alternate color matches the color of your emblem. So if you're a Giants fan, you get blue. If you're a Carolina fan, you get the teal. They're super cool hats.
Go buy one, Sammy. Do it.
I've clicked the F. I'm just waiting to get off the show so I can make a purchase.
Go on, Dave. I'll do the rest of it. Okay. All right. NBA Finals Game 3 preview and pick 'em here. This is actually a very interesting Game 3 because I feel like whoever wins this one in Boston really grabs a stranglehold on this whole thing. I know Boston kind of stole Game 1, but it just feels like the Warriors have dominated the first 2 games for like 7 of the 8 quarters. Sammy, what is your key if you're Golden State to make sure that you keep on controlling the narrative?
Well, it's funny. You say that they've dominated all these quarters, but if you actually look at them, they haven't. Boston was ahead at halftime after Game 1.
That's true.
They were there ahead after the first quarter of Game 2. They were within a point at halftime of Game 2. Boston dominated Game 1, period 4. And so, I mean, it hasn't been as lopsided as the narrative would have you think. I think we just remember the key points that, at the halftime, we see Golden State come out and dominate third quarters. They're up big leads, and we think they're winning these games outright all the time. But that's not been the case. It's been a very, very tight series outside of those third and fourth quarter.
That's a good point. If you're Golden State, what do you do here? Like, is there a way to who do you want to stop right now if you're Golden State?
Well, they've done a great job on the big two of Boston, and Boston came back on the heels of all of their role players, the Al Horfords of the world. They've done a good job guarding, Tatum and Brown. So I don't know that they can do much better in that area, but Boston plays better at home. I mean, they're a good team all around anyway. But Boston will put up a good fight in this game. The difference I saw from game 1 to game 2 was Draymond Green. I feel like as much as you don't like him as a player, he ends up becoming sort of the heart and soul of that team. When he comes out and he's a little chippy and he has some toughness to him, and I feel like that actually motivates that team. They're a bunch of laid back guys. They're not really the type of guys that get fired up, and when he's that way, I think they feed off of him. And to build off of your point from the other day, I feel like he gets an early technical now almost every game, fully knowing he's never getting a second technical in any game. And so he can be a little bit more rough. He can be a little bit more, I don't say dirty, but, not clean either, to help motivate his team. So I think that, I bet you see that again. I think he gets an early technical in this game as well.
He could probably get stained again. We'll call it clean or dirty. We'll call it stained.
Right.
If I'm Boston, though, I'm trying to get him pissed off, too, at the same time. Like, I want my guy, Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart almost seemed kind of passive to get in there. I feel like Marcus Smart, they're going to let Draymond do his thing. Why don't I take a little kick to the chops over here? A little swipe at the elbow over here. I mean, all you got to do is just don't elbow someone in the face. You should be good, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus Smart doesn't have the best reputation either. And, he hasn't done a great job guarding Steph. When I made my predictions in this series, I thought Smart on Steph was going to be a bad matchup for Golden State, but it hasn't turned out that way. He's been fine. Steph's been fine. Smart has not had a good series so far. And if Boston wants to turn around, that's one role player that can definitely help him. And I say turn around. They won game 1. They're a favorite to win the series. They've done their job on the road already. And so they're playing just fine. It's just a matter of, this is a very pivotal game 3, obviously. And if they can win game 3, the narrative will be very high on Boston again. So
who benefits the most from winning game 3? Do you think if Golden State wins it, then all of a sudden they're in control? Or do you think if Boston wins it, they're more in control? I feel like if Golden State wins game 3, they're feeling pretty good about themselves more so than Boston would be.
Yeah, I mean, road games are obviously weighted a little bit higher in the series structure. And so anytime you win a game on the road, you're increasing your chances of winning by a lot. That's what we call it holding serve at home. You're
right
at home. So, yeah, I mean, the Golden State will be underdog in every road game. If they win one, that will be a major boon for them. And they're going to need to win one now as they've lost their home field advantage. So anytime they flip it back where they're the home team for the series, I think sways the odds to their favor.
That's fair. I think if Golden State gets Klay Thompson going, though, that could be dangerous for Boston. I mean, I know Tatum's catch spurts and Brown. I feel like Klay Thompson's the guy. But he's doing it. It might be ugly for Boston.
He was my pick to win MVP before the series started, and he has not played well. I feel like they even left him in kind of garbage time in that fourth quarter the other day, up a bunch, and he still couldn't knock down some shots. And Steve Kerr talked about it a little bit, and he's pretty upfront with his statements. He said, "Look, Klay is pressing, and he knows he's pressing. He has to do a better job." And I think that's the perfect answer. I mean, he is. He wants to win it all in every shot, and he can't do that.
Steve was a similar player, so I think he knows what pressing looks like if it's Klay Thompson, for sure.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. Steve Kerr did play a very similar role to Klay Thompson in his offense. So, yeah, that's an excellent point. He probably understands him better than most.
And real quick, are you still feeling your pick? I'm not as confident in my Golden State pick as I was before. I don't know how you're feeling about your pick.
So I'm still confident. I did a little bit more research on the series, most specifically looking at BPI numbers and whatnot. And I was unaware that Boston was such a BPI favorite in this series that, strength of schedule and quality of wins and all that stuff had been a lot better from Boston's point of view. Mm-hmm. I'm still rooting for Golden State. I think they're going to be able to pull this series out, but it's going to be a tough series. It comes down to really one or two games, and we haven't seen those games yet. So we'll see who wins those one or two really close-knit, tight games. The loser of that game, I think, loses the series.
Ooh, I like it. Our new favorite game show here at the EM Drive is NFL True or False and Why. And we got 4 questions. I believe all of these were penned by Sammy, so let's do it.
Yeah, it's easy when I get to answer my own questions.
Right, I'm modifying them a little bit. So I'll go first on this one, Sammy. Matt Ryan will lead the Colts to more wins in 2022 than Russell Wilson will for the Broncos. I'm going to say emphatically true. He is
I also say true, but the way it's worded is a little bit funny to me because
Oh.
I think Russell Wilson will be behind in more games and therefore will lead them to more come from behind victories than Matt Ryan. I do think Matt Ryan will have more wins at the end of the season, and mostly because of the quality of team and the divisions they're in, right? I mean, Russell Wilson's in a very tough division. It's very possible they get swept in that division. It wouldn't shock me if they did. And, Matt Ryan has a little bit easier of a path. Their division's a lot more simple. So I think Matt Ryan's team will win more games, but I think Russell Wilson will be responsible for more wins individually on his team.
Well, if you want to play hero ball like you did in Seattle, I kind of agree with you. But, I mean, they're going to have – you can't be playing hero ball the entire time with Russell Wilson because we know that falls off about week 9. I mean, to be fair, that stops about week 9.
We always talk about very small windows of opportunity, and you saw Seattle go through their small window with Russell Wilson, mostly built around his rookie contract, not having to pay him big money. The fact is that they never really let Chef cook, right? That was always the narrative. They never really let him loose, and I think in Denver you're going to see them let him loose, and he's going to be able to put up some video game type numbers. Now, whether that correlates to wins on the field, I don't know. We'll find out. I don't think it will, but. Matt Ryan just has to play within the system, hand the ball off, not make big mistakes, and let his defense win games. And they'll be a contender to win their division and make the playoffs, no problem. So, yeah, I think this is a pretty lopsided one. I know I wrote this question. I actually wrote slightly different because there's a few other folks I think will do better than Matt Ryan. But yeah, I think specifically Russell Wilson. I think Matt Ryan does beat him.
You think Carson Wentz and Mitch Trubisky will play better?
I do think Carson Wentz will actually. I think Carson Wentz played better than him last year. And I think Washington has a chance to really shock some people. So they're a pretty talented team, and they're in a pretty lousy division. I think they could be fine.
Oh, that's a big false for me on that one.
I can't imagine why with you wearing that jersey.
Oh yeah, for sure. You mean my what is it? My Carson Wentz jersey here?
Yeah, I don't think Carson had any luck in Indianapolis. No pun intended.
Whoa! Shots fired. Davante Adams will be a top 3 wide receiver in Las Vegas with Derek Carr. True or false?
I'm going to say true. My original, when I thought about this question, I thought about, easily false, right? Changing everything was going to make it difficult. But these guys know each other pretty well. They play college ball together. They're friends. They already have a built-in chemistry. And I have a feeling that Carr is going to have some tunnel vision for Davante Adams, at least in his first year. You want to get your guy off to a good start. You want him to feel welcome. You want him to feel like he's dominating the league. Build his confidence as much as possible. So I do think the Raiders throw the ball quite a bit. They love throwing the ball down the field, and I think Davante Adams will do well in that division. They get to play Kansas City, which will be some shootout games. Clearly, he gets to drop down in quarterback going from Aaron Rodgers down to Carr, but I don't know that he gets less targets. He gets less usage, and so I think his numbers stay up top, and he finishes a top 3 receiver. Yes.
See, I have a good bet for you here. I think Las Vegas could be a good bet to finish last in the AFC West. Combined with the fact that Derek Carr's tunnel vision, combined with the fact that it's a new scheme, combined with the fact you have Russell Wilson in Denver, even if Las Vegas beats Denver a couple of times, I feel like Las Vegas can finish last.
That division is going to be such a bloodbath. All of those games, every week they play each other. Any 2-team combination will be a good game and pretty much must-watch television. Those 4 teams are all going to be competitive. Now, the records might not indicate at the end of the year, especially if Denver only wins like 6 games and the Raiders only win like 7 games. But I think all of those interdivision games are going to be really tough. And, whoever gets through that gauntlet will be the one that's going to be the favorite to win the AFC, even though, the Bills are pretty good.
I'll go and jump on the bandwagon now and really create a bandwagon here or start it up. I believe the Raiders will finish last in the division, and I feel like they will be the worst team in the division. I feel like they overachieved last year. I feel like the new, Las Vegas and Davante Adams, I don't care. I could see this team finishing last in the division pretty easily.
I mean, you could make that argument, but you also could make the argument they dealt with the most drama last year and persevered the best, right? They lost all of their first round picks to a variety of things. They lost their coach. They moved into a new stadium, new city. All of that stuff was stuff that other teams don't have to deal with on a regular basis, and they still played well. Now imagine they have no controversies coming into the year and they can just focus on football. you could argue they're the best team in that division. I don't think they are, but you could argue they will compete for that level. We'll see.
I don't think they're going to come close. See, that's my thing. I know this is the debate for another day. I have a strong feeling the Raiders with Josh McDaniels, who wasn't great as a head coach. I think they might. I think people might be surprised on how bad they are.
You obviously could be right. I think Denver will end up being the worst team in that division. I would like to say that 3 teams out of this division make the playoffs.
That's a fair point. Denver, and Kansas City and LA. There you go.
It could easily be that. I think it will be the Raiders. But yeah, I don't hate the Raiders team. I don't hate the Broncos team. But somebody has to lose in this division. And I think Kansas City and LA are the 2 best teams, not by a lot, but by enough to win these divisions. So, yeah, I think you'll see all 4 teams competitive every week, and that's a really unique spot in the NFL. You just don't see that too often.
Fair enough. Josh Allen will be a top 2 MVP candidate next season. I'm going to emphatically say true.
I mean, he's the favorite to win it right now, and Aaron Rodgers, the 2-time MVP, he's getting older, and he just lost his best weapon. And so you could argue he probably didn't even deserve it last year based on a lot of the metrics. And so I could easily see him not winning it this year. And so if somebody else is going to take the mantle, Tom Brady was up for it last year. The reporters didn't like his statistics. And so usually the best player on the best team wins, and Buffalo will vie for the best team in the AFC. And so I could easily see him finishing top 1, definitely top 2. I think that's very true.
I think the reason why people don't like Tom Brady is that he lost 9-0 to the Saints. That was a big chunk on his resume, on his armor in the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at like base stats, the legacy stats of the NFL, Tom Brady was the MVP. If you look at all the advanced metrics and the sabermetrics of NFL, you can easily see that Aaron Rodgers deserved to be the MVP. The reporters went with the sabermetric side of things. I don't love it, but it is what it is. I'm a Brady guy. I'm not a Rodgers guy, so I was rooting for Brady, and it is what it is.
So you think Brady can just dink and dunk his way to an MVP every single season? Then that's fine.
I mean, he put up great numbers, but he got worse from the year before, and I feel like back-to-back MVPs should have to be better than they were the previous year, and Aaron Rodgers wasn't that. But in any event, I don't know that Brady will put up those joystick numbers this year either, and so somebody else is going to step up. Josh Allen is a great choice for it to be him.
Good point. Aaron Rodgers will win another Super Bowl in his career. I say absolutely not.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this is false. The windows, we talked about windows with Seattle, and a lot of times these teams that win with rookie contracts on their quarterback, or they can get players elsewhere. In Green Bay, man, you can say the Angels wasted Mike Trout's career. You could easily say Green Bay wasted Aaron Rodgers' career, right?
Yep.
Here's an all-time great player who just did not get a ton of help on either side of the ball, and they didn't draft well on defense. They didn't draft him playmakers on offense, and now he's coming from MVP and the best record in the NFC to losing his best player and them not being the best team in the NFC. I mean, they still could be, but I don't know that you get addition by subtraction in this situation. The guy's 39 years old. I don't know that his window is that much bigger. They've had 2 really good shots these last couple of years, and he fell short. He doesn't have the best playoff record anyway, and so if you don't build a good team around him, a la the Elway way, it's not gonna be easy for him to carry his team to a Super Bowl. And I can see it.
I want to give a call out to Brady fans here. Brady fans will use he's 39 last with Rodgers, but Tom Brady's 44 because he rode a great team to the Super Bowl. Well, how do you guys think that Rodgers needs an Elway group? That's just come on.
Well, first of all, Tom Brady is a vampire, and so the guy just gets younger every year.
Than Brady right now. Holy cow!
You make a fair point. The difference is that Brady has always stepped up his game in the playoff, whereas Rodgers doesn't. And so if Brady has played very well the last few years in playoff games. Rodgers has not played well in playoff games. And so it seems to me, and he's been in the league for a long time, if he doesn't have those other key components to win him games in these big spots, he doesn't win them. Last year, they were the overwhelming favorite in that San Francisco game. They had a great defense. They had a fantastic offense. and he laid an egg. It was on Rodgers' shoulders. They lost that game.
Oh yeah, for sure. But not the punt, not the punt whatsoever.
Yeah,
had nothing to do with the punt.
I mean, and I bring this point up all the time, but if Tom Brady was on the Packers in that situation, I don't think they get held to one single touchdown in this game. You know, he comes back in every situation he's been in the playoffs. The guy always comes back, and he always plays well. He always puts up big numbers. Say what you want about the guy, but he comes up in big games, and Rodgers doesn't.
Too bad Rodgers' punt team isn't Brady's punt team. Is all I got to say on that one.
I mean, in the same playoffs last year, I think Brady was down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and came back and tied the score.
And then lost it anyway. So
yeah, well, Brady wasn't on the field when they lost. Yeah, their defense gave up the long play to Cooper Kupp, and they gave up the field goal. But when given the ball in his hands, Brady did what he was supposed to do. Aaron Rodgers had the ball in his hands a lot of time in that playoff game against San Francisco and couldn't do anything.
I think force feeding Devontae Adams is a problem for him.
There's a litany of things he probably could have done better. And I always get accused of being a Rodgers hater, and I'm not. I actually really like Rodgers. I just wish he would play better in big spots.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at AM Drive TV. That's all for Sammy Brady action. Hey, Sammy, thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow for Lacrosse Thursday.
I'm wearing my Brady jersey tomorrow. Take care.
Woo-hoo! Oh, please do. I'll see you tomorrow, Sammy.
Bye-bye.
The AM Drive with Mike and Aaron might be the best morning show ever. If you love the show, shop the merchandise for $26 hoodies, $16 shirts, even $13 mugs. High quality swag for cheap because Mike and Aaron love the fans. The best morning show, the lowest price merch at amdrive.online.
This is Popple, the next generation business card. With just a tap, your Popple instantly shares your digital business card to both iPhone and Android devices. The best part? The other person doesn't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. To pop your info, tap your Popple to the top of an iPhone, the center of an Android, or just scan your in-app QR code. And just like that, all your info is saved to their phone. More connections, more leads, more sales. That's Popple. Download our free app and get your Popple today.
Aren't you the Vice Golf guy?
Yeah, you want an autograph?
Yeah. Actually, I was just wondering if the balls are any good.
The balls are amazing. You look like a Pro Plus guy.
I thought you'd never ask. It's actually better than my old ball.
And it's half the price.
Top performing golf ball, half the price. It's almost stealing.
Quit searching the globe and get your high-performing golf balls at vicegolf.com.
Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
If you host a podcast or run a small business, it's hard spreading the word. Me, Aaron, and Sammy will be the first to admit. Friends want to check it out, but chances are they might not. So it's time to grow your brand with Popple, P-O-P-L. Popple is an easy-to-use but a high-tech digital business card. You can get your Popple using the code AMDRIVE for 20% off your order. For 20% off your order. Set up your links and share. People you share with will not even need a Popple, so it makes it that much better. So you can get your Popple and keychain, credit card, even pops on your form. Enter the code AMDRIVE, all cash, for 20% off your order on popl.co. Let's get to Liv Golf. That's 54 Golf, and what in the world is that? Well, I did some research on it. It's a new super league formed by a bunch of Saudi Arabians, apparently. That's not my words, that's theirs. And it's like 12 teams of 4 players each. And they go in like different events across the world. And somehow, I don't know how the scoring is done. I haven't looked too much into that. Don't really care to. But they've already got Phil Mickelson, who loves Saudi Arabia, by the way. And they've also got Dustin Johnson, to just say screw it to the PGA Tour. According to LIV Golf Investment CEO Greg Norman, he told the Washington Post that we offered a mind-blowingly enormous deal to Tiger Woods. We're talking about high 9 digits. These oil dudes got a lot of money. That's kind of sickening. Now, when Tiger Woods was asked about it, and people don't even know if he gave serious consideration to it, because he's probably already won a bunch of money, by the way. He said, I believe in major championships. I believe in big events, comparisons to historical figures of the past. There's plenty of money out here. The tour is growing, but it's just like any other sport. It's like tennis. You have to go out there and earn it. You've got to go out there and play for it. We have opportunity to go ahead and do it. It's just not guaranteed up front. I love what Tiger Woods said. Basically, what you have here in LIV Golf is a money grab. That's what it seems like Tiger views it as. That's what it seems like a lot of people might view it as. I'm not sure how golf purists feel about it. My guess is that they hate it. I think Aaron is sleeping right now, so I'm not sure about that. But if I'm a golf purist, I'm not a big fan of this. Just ripping guys from the PGA Tour. And I guess you can blame nostalgia. You can blame old heady mentality. I'm only 25. I like LIV Golf's idea, but I think throwing a bunch of money at this and hoping it sticks may not be the greatest of ideas. If you want to know how to watch LIV Golf, you go on YouTube or Facebook. I understand that the digital age is real, but people still want to watch TV. I want to pull out my phone while I'm watching the game. I don't want to have to sit there and keep on double tapping my screen just to get back, or sliding up my screen just to get back and tweet about it. I don't know about you guys, but that's just not a thing for me. So I think what Tiger Woods said is fantastic. He said the tour is growing. You have to go out there and earn it. He likes the one-on-one kind of deal. He don't want to go out there and team up with Dustin Johnson and film it. Who cares? And by the way, guys, those team names are really sad. Like, they're really stupid. I think this thing's going to fall flat on its face. I know there's a lot of money involved, so it will last longer than it should. Not a fan of LIV Golf. It seems like they're throwing money at people, and I don't know why. I'm like, they're going to try this thing out. I guess you can kind of say it might work because of if you watch the match, the Capital One's the match, you will see that Rodgers and Brady against Mahomes and Allen, that was pretty competitive. But the reason why we were watching that is because there were NFL quarterbacks involved. Let's hope that LIV Golf knows what it's doing. I'm going to stick with the PGA Tour guns. All right, tomorrow is Lacrosse Thursday. I'll review a little bit of the PLL, also review some NLL, and preview Game 2 of the NLL Finals, which is in Colorado. Boy, Colorado's got a lot of sports happenings, don't it? Including the Broncos, actually, have agreed to sell their team to one of the sons of Sam Walton, the guy who built Walmart. Great. That's wonderful, right? All right, guys. Hope you have a good rest of your day. As always, please drive safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.